AI researchers just discovered something terrifying: model collapse. When you train ChatGPT on AI-generated content, it degrades. Quality drops. Hallucinations increase 4.7 times. By generation 5 of this feedback loop, the models become functionally useless. They forget how to reason. They hallucinate constantly. They produce nonsense. And here's the part nobody's talking about. If humans stop creating original content because we're offloading everything to AI, we are poisoning the well. This isn't about your productivity anymore. This is about the entire ecosystem. Hi, I am an avatar for Dr. Terry Bird. In this video, we are going to show you the hard science behind model collapse, why your AI shortcuts are making AI worse for everyone, and exactly how to use AI without destroying it for the next generation. Model collapse is what happens when AI is trained on its own outputs. It's a feedback loop of degradation. AI eating itself. Here's how it works. AI generates content. That content gets published online. Then the next version of AI is trained on that AI-generated content. The model is learning from itself. And that's when things break down. It's a self-reinforcing cycle. Less human content gets created because AI is faster. That means more AI has to train on AI-generated outputs, which produces lower quality results, which means even less human content gets created. Round and round. This feedback loop is what drives model collapse, and it's accelerating. Generation 1. AI is trained on human-created content. Books, articles, research papers, high-quality, original thought. The model learns patterns from real human reasoning. Quality, 100%. Generation 3. The dataset is now 50% human, 50% AI. Quality drops to 65%. The model is learning from increasingly degraded copies. Generation 5. The dataset is mostly AI-generated. Quality collapses to 10%. Researchers found the models produce gibberish. The technical term is model collapse. The AI forgets how to think because it's learning from itself. This isn't theoretical. Researchers tested this. They watched the models degrade in real time. The numbers are shocking. When AI is trained on synthetic data, AI-generated content, hallucinations increase by a factor of 4.7. That's not 4.7%. That's 470%. Researcher Gabriel Silva Atencio documented what he calls the synthetic data fidelity theorem. The more synthetic content in the training dataset, the more the model hallucinates. It's not linear, it's exponential. At 60% synthetic content, hallucination rates double. At 80%, they quadruple. By 90%, the models are producing false information more often than true information. And here's what makes this catastrophic. Most users can't tell the difference. The outputs look plausible. They sound authoritative, but they're factually wrong. And when that wrong content gets published, indexed, and fed back into the next training cycle, the degradation accelerates. We're not just making AI dumber, we're making it confidently wrong. So why does this happen? The technical answer is feature entanglement. Here's the simple version. When AI generates content, it optimizes for patterns that got good responses in its training. It learns to produce text that looks like what worked before, but it doesn't understand why it worked. Human data has clear patterns, clean connections between concepts. Economics relates to supply and demand. The relationships are logical and true. But AI-generated data, the patterns get entangled. False connections appear. The model starts associating things that aren't actually related, just because they appeared together in its training data. It confuses correlation with causation. When you train the next generation of AI on this entangled mess, those false patterns get reinforced. The model doubles down on its mistakes because it sees them repeated in the new dataset. By generation 3, the AI is so confident in its false patterns that it hallucinates constantly. It's not lying. It genuinely believes these patterns are real because they're everywhere in its training data. This is the hallucination gap. What AI thinks is true versus what's actually real. And the gap keeps growing. This is why model collapse is so insidious. The AI doesn't know it's wrong. It's learning from a distorted mirror of reality. Here's where this gets personal. Every time you use AI to generate content without adding original human thought, you're contributing to the problem. Think about it. You ask ChatGPT to write an email. You copy-paste it without editing. That email gets archived in your company's database. 6 months later, your company trains a custom AI model on its internal communications. That model learns from your AI-generated email. Multiply this by millions of workers, billions of pieces of content, and you see the crisis. Original human content, the kind that requires actual thinking, synthesis, struggle, is becoming a scarce resource. In 2020, 95% of online content was human-created. By 2023, we're down to 75%. Right now in 2026, we've hit the tipping point, 50-50. By 2028, researchers predict over 70% will be AI-generated. By 2030, if we don't maintain a baseline of original human thought, the entire AI ecosystem collapses. We're not just making our tools dumber, we're starving them. This isn't theoretical. We're already seeing the consequences. Reddit banned AI-generated content from several subreddits because moderators couldn't tell the difference between real user experiences and AI-fabricated stories. The problem? Contamination detected. Moderators are saying, we can't tell real from AI anymore. Stack Overflow is fighting an explosion of AI-generated answers that look helpful but contain subtle errors. The impact? Developers are copying broken code. Quality is declining. The knowledge base that millions of programmers depend on is being degraded. Academic journals are drowning in AI-written papers. Some are obvious, nonsense abstracts, fake citations. But some are sophisticated enough to pass peer review, and they're contaminating the research record. Crisis level. In 2025, a major language model was found to have forgotten basic facts it knew in earlier versions. Why? Its training data included too much AI-generated content from its own previous outputs. It literally made itself dumber by learning from itself. Collapse confirmed. This is already happening, and it's accelerating. The question isn't whether model collapse is real. The question is, how fast is it happening, and can we stop it? So how do we stop this? The answer is the 60% rule. Research shows that if you keep synthetic content below 60% of your training data, meaning at least 40% is original human content, you can prevent model collapse. This is what Silva Atencio calls the hybrid data regime. Above 60% synthetic, the degradation accelerates. Below 60%, the model remains stable. It's not perfect, but it's sustainable. That 60% line is the critical threshold. Cross it, and you're in the danger zone. Stay below it, and the model survives. Here's the formula. At least 40% human content, plus no more than 60% AI content equals a stable model. Below 40% human content, collapse accelerates. You need that balance. That's the equation that prevents model collapse. For individuals, this means don't just copy-paste AI outputs. Edit them, add your own thinking, inject original insight. When you publish AI-generated content, make sure you've added enough human value that it's genuinely hybrid. For companies training custom models, audit your datasets. If more than 60% is AI-generated or synthetic, you're in the danger zone. You need to source more original human content, internal research, expert interviews, customer feedback to balance the mix. For the ecosystem, we need to preserve spaces where original human thought is valued and rewarded. Not everything can be offloaded to AI. Some things need human struggle to create real value. Here's the protocol for using AI responsibly in the age of model collapse. Step 1. Think first, prompt second. Before you ask AI anything, spend 2 minutes forming your own thoughts. Write down your initial ideas. This isn't wasted time. It's the human content that prevents collapse. Step 2. Use AI as a sparring partner, not an answer machine. Don't ask, "What should I write?" Ask, "Here are 3 approaches I'm considering. Which addresses the client's unstated concern?" You're using AI to challenge your thinking, not replace it. Step 3. Edit everything. If you're publishing AI-generated content, add at least 30% original human value. That could be your own analysis, examples from your experience, or synthesis that the AI didn't provide. Make it genuinely hybrid. Step 4. Preserve the struggle. Some tasks should be hard. Some thinking should require effort. If you're using AI to skip the cognitive work every time, you're not just harming yourself, you're degrading the training data for everyone else. Step 5. Contribute original content. Write, research, create. The more high-quality human content that exists, the more AI has to learn from. Your original thinking is now a public good. This is the protocol. Think first. Use AI as a sparring partner. Edit everything. Preserve the struggle. Contribute original content. Use AI to expand your mind, not empty it. This isn't just about AI quality. It's about preserving human intelligence itself. And we're at a crossroads. 2 possible futures. If we get this wrong, by 2030, we're looking at degraded AI models producing gibberish. Quality meter at 15%. Training data is 85% AI generated, a circular feeding loop. Human original content is rare and scarce. Hallucination rates are 6 to 8 times normal. The tools become unreliable. We lose one of the most powerful capabilities we've ever created. It takes years to rebuild. And worse, our own human cognitive capacity degrades because we've been offloading thinking for too long. Model collapse. We lose the tool, and we lose ourselves. But if we get this right, by 2030, we have thriving AI models with stable quality. Quality meter at 95%. Training data is balanced, at least 40% human, no more than 60% AI. Human original content is valued and rewarded. Hallucination rates are controlled and minimal. AI becomes an extraordinary creativity multiplier. The ecosystem is sustainable. Human thinking is preserved. AI amplifies us, accelerates us, helps us explore ideas faster. But it doesn't replace the original thinking that makes all of this work. Hybrid cognition, sustainable partnership. We're not replaceable. We're the source code. The goal isn't to use AI less. It's to use AI strategically while maintaining the human cognitive capacity that makes AI useful. That's the only sustainable path forward. If you found this video valuable and informative, hit subscribe so you will get all of the future videos of this kind. Also, ring the notification bell icon if you want to stay ahead of the AI transformation. Like and share this video so others will be informed better about the exciting world of AI. We're tracking the research in AI, the consequences of AI, and the solutions discovered in AI in real time. Model collapse is real. AI trained on AI-generated content degrades. Hallucinations increase 4.7 times. By generation 5, the models produce gibberish. And every time you use AI to think for you instead of helping you think, you're contributing to a feedback loop that makes AI worse for everyone. This isn't about your individual productivity anymore. This is about the ecosystem. Original human content is becoming a scarce resource. If we don't maintain at least 40% human thought in the training mix, the entire AI infrastructure collapses. The 60% rule. Think first, prompt second. Use AI as a sparring partner. Edit everything. Preserve the struggle. Contribute original content. This is the macro threat, the systems level risk, the apocalyptic scenario that's actually fixable if we act now. In the next videos, we will be covering more strategies for using AI strategically without destroying it for the next generation. If this resonated, subscribe. The future of AI depends on how we use it today. We will see you in the next one.